Welcome today to the Healing Our Sight podcast. I'm your host, Denise Allen. Today I have with me Helen Jacobson. She is currently a vision therapist and has been doing vision therapy for herself also. So we're going to hear all about both sides today. Hi,
Yes,
Helen.
yes. And it's interesting being on both sides of the table,
Mhm.
Um, because I started in vision therapy when I was a kid. Um, and it's rather an interesting story how we got into it. My mother took um my was taking my brother to preschool, and she saw, oh, there's a vision screening by Dr. Beth Ballinger, and it was open to siblings. She had
Nice.
3 kids, so she took them all and found out my brother was farsighted and that I had been nearsighted and been seeing double
Mm,
for however long. And I didn't ever mention it because I had no idea that was not correct.
right.
Mm. So anyway, so that's how my vision therapy journey got started. Is went into vision therapy for that. Got glasses, the big owl glasses,
Uh-huh.
from the 80s and stuff. Because I was back in 81.
Yeah.
And so I continued being a patient of Dr. Beth's and of Dr. Cohn's, and Dr. Stephen Cohn's. Um, Went back in 89, I think. The double vision came back. I hadn't noticed it, but it did definitely start coming back when I started in driver's ed.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was seeing two roads going
Mm.
out in a V because my eyes would kind of stop at the windshield.
Oh dear.
And that was not fun. I didn't, I went through driver's ed okay.
Mhm.
And, but then just started seeing double all the time. Because my eyes were kind of stuck right here at about 12 inches from my face. Um, and then, did vision therapy off and on, throughout my, high school and college, just because I was a terrible patient. And this is my horror story for the kids who don't want to do their homework. Yeah. So I say, hey, if you want to stick around and do vision therapy for years and years and years, like I had to, mm, go ahead, take a few days off doing homework. Yeah. Uh, yeah, but I still have made improvements, even though I've didn't hardly ever do my homework.
Oh.
But the thing that actually turned for me, because now at 50 years old, I've been driving for 25 years now. So when I was 25, I was joking around with Dr. Cohn in the exam room, and he was like, "Oh, let's just put some prisms in and see what happens." Because we tried prism before in high school, and my eyes would just eat it, eat it, eat it. So that's why, um, I don't know if you've heard that term, eating the prism.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that a
that's
lot on the
yeah.
support groups where people
Mm-hmm.
get stronger and stronger
Yeah,
prisms.
yeah, or stronger and stronger, uh, minus lenses for far away, and
Yeah.
and vision therapy will stop that.
Okay.
Definitely. So that's why I was in vision therapy for a while, because I was just eating the prism. But then at 25, he put the prisms on me, and I was like, hmm, this is comfortable. And I'm looking around. I'm in the phoropter, and I'm looking around the limited field of vision that gives you, and I'm like, it's not double. I can tell I'm using both eyes. It's not double. It's comfortable. And so we made me driving glasses,
Okay.
and I've been able to drive. I've had no problems. I mean, um, really good 3D vision. That was another thing.
Mhm.
Um, Even though I saw double most of the time, when I was able to fuse, I would see 3D vision instantly, no problems.
Wow.
So yeah. So I didn't have any deep-seated suppression issues like a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Um, so my brain just never accommodated that way. So, but yeah, so that actually turned the tide. So I use those driving glasses. They've never changed in all those 25 years, except when I had LASIK surgery that they had to decrease the minus in there. So
Mm.
um, yeah. So and it's never changed. It's always been 4 base out. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah. And that was about a third of what my angle was. Because when you have strabismus, they measure you at like, however many degrees or diopters in or out you turn. So
Right.
my angle was 10 to 12.
Okay.
And you can actually see it I can look here and I can just let it go and you can
Uh,
kind of see it
mhm.
and then I can bring it out. That's another
You
party
have
trick we strabismics use, you
so you
know.
have a lot of control over where your eye's going
Mhm.
then.
Yeah, yeah. I can let it go and I can bring it back. And I show parents and I show kids. It's like, hey, this is what vision therapy did for me. You
Okay.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So you're
so I have a
able
lot
to
of cred with the patients.
and you're
So
able to see all of the things that they're seeing as you're helping them in the therapy then.
most of them, I still have a lot of trouble with the base in activities. Um, but I use my cheater ways. I look at it when it's base out, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's how it's supposed to be. Then that's how it's supposed to be, even if I don't see it.
Okay.
So I would be exhausted
Mm.
if I did all the activities with all the people that I help.
Yeah.
Ugh, that would be bad. So yeah. So
Yeah.
no, I watch their eyes because if you're watching the target, what they're supposed to see or
Mhm.
what they're supposed to be looking at, you can't watch their eyes. You can't tell if
Oh,
they're strabbing out. You can't tell if their eyes look the way they're supposed to look when they're doing if like if they're doing base in and their eyes one eye's turned in. I'm like, I don't think you're doing it right.
uh-huh.
'Cause that's why I say vision therapists have to be kind of detectives. They have to look and see if what they're saying is actually matching up with what you're seeing their eyes do, you know?
Right. Yeah. So I think
So,
it's probably exhausting for someone with normal vision to be a therapist, and that maybe that much more for you, except for that you have more understanding of
mhm,
what the eyes will do as you're
mhm,
watching them.
yeah. I also accept whatever they tell me, I accept as true because they think they're seeing that.
Right.
No matter whether I mean, if I see, say, someone with convergence insufficiency or whatever, they're trying to do base out and their eyes are doing this, and then all of a sudden, you like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's still one. I still see it 3D, blah blah blah." But you're like, one of your eyes is out." And
Mhm.
so I say, "Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, blink your eyes." And usually that brings that brings it in. If not, then I'll just quietly move it back and see when their eyes straighten out and just note that stuff. They don't even have to know usually, but then they get wise to me sometimes, and they'll say, "Am I really seeing it, or am I doing that weird thing?" Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So
And you were doing the emotion with your hands that the listeners are not going to
hmm
understand what you
okay,
were
so
explaining.
so I
So,
was I was I had my hands straight out like this
mhm.
to mimic people's straight eyes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to do um, a base out activity. So I pulled my fingers in, my fingertips in, but then I moved one of my hands back out. So it
Mhm.
kind of looks like one eye is turning in to look at the image, and the other eye is going, "Ha, I'm on vacation. I don't want to do this no more."
Mhm.
Right. And so and sometimes the when people's eyes do that, they don't realize it. And
Right.
so and sometimes they do realize it. But my job is to get their eyes to work together, whether they realize it or not. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you got the control back when you were a 25-year-old, it sounds like. And then
Yeah,
is that
that was
about
the
the time?
final thing to get rid of the double vision at distance so I could drive.
Mhm.
I had gotten rid of most of the double vision I see is far away usually.
Okay.
So if I look up at my clock and I just glance up without thinking about it, then I can see it goes zoop, from 2 into 1, whoop, like that.
Okay.
And then sometimes it'll double up again or whatever, just because there's a screen here, and so my eyes want to look at the closest thing always.
Okay.
So
you're still
yeah.
getting double vision at certain
Oh
distance.
yeah. Oh yeah. But never with my my distance glasses, never with my driving glasses, because that little bit of help. I've been able to drive for like 6 hours at a time without fatigue.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's a game changer is what it is.
so
So
you don't use the prism normally just for driving.
right. No, for here, I'm looking at you. I probably should be wearing my reading glasses when I'm looking at my phone. So let's put those on, shall we? I want to exhaust my brain before. Yeah. So yeah, reading glasses. Yeah. And because of the prism in the distance glasses, they didn't want me to have like progressives, because if I use the prism up close, I could start to eat it again, which is
Okay.
not at all good. And I don't need them. I don't need the prism near. I just need it
Okay.
far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So
And so it was after you got your prism and you started being able to see
mhm.
distance well that you started
Mhm.
working as a vision therapist. Is that correct?
It's about that. Yeah. I think it was at that same exam that I was joking around with Dr. Cohn, and asked him, "Hey, you got any jobs available?" Because I had been working as a temp in like offices and stuff, and I hated it. Loved the
Uh-huh.
people, hated the busy work. I was like,
Right.
boring, super boring.
Yeah.
So, and then one of his, a couple years later, out of the blue, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I have an opening for a vision therapist."
Nice.
Okay, sure. And it turned out that it was my vision therapist, the one who did all my training years before, was leaving him.
Wow.
Yep. And then and so I went and trained and everything, um and it was very interesting because I knew most of the activities they were training me on. It's like, oh, I know how to do that. But I did not know how to train other stuff besides my own problems.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't know how to train for convergence insufficiency or um, exotropia,
Mhm.
where when I turns out,
Yeah.
or any of the other myriad things that come to me over the years.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
And would you say that the solution is different for every person that you work
I would
with?
say so. Yeah, yeah. Most of the time, it's a mixture of um, a little bit of help with glasses, like reading glasses, um, plus the vision therapy. That's the usual combination that works with most patients that come through
Mhm.
our office. But we have had a lot of people um, with like the post-stroke, post-head trauma, post-concussion,
Mhm.
and those are completely different animals. Com-
Yeah.
Completely different, because you can have strabismus because of that. You can have double vision, you can have deep-seated suppression with all that, but you have to work with the brain more.
Mhm.
It's not just a nuts and bolts kind of hardware kind of problem. It's
Right.
a big software problem as well. So yeah, but what I keep telling people that uh, um, in their vision therapy journey, you just keep going, keep doing the stuff, and the more you try, like people with half their vision gone, like they call it a field loss,
Uh-huh.
and if but the field loss looks exactly like a field neglect. Neglect, you can get it back.
Okay.
Loss, it's gone forever. And
Mm.
so in the hospital, they're told, "Oh, well, it's a field loss. You'll never get it back," by
Right.
the medical doctors who are there. And then they come to vision therapy for however they found us, and I say, "Well, we treat all field losses as a field neglect, because you never know if you can get it back or not, because they look the same."
Yeah.
And so the more you try to access what you've lost, or what you're trying to get back, the more the brain will try to do that and make the pathways so you can do that again.
Right. Yeah, that's
You
the
know.
whole neuroplasticity thing, right?
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
brain can repair itself and make different connections as needed, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And sometimes it takes a few months and sometimes it takes a few years, and I have no idea what it's gonna happen because I'm just the therapist. That's a doctor question.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's been your favorite thing about being a vision therapist?
Mm, it's fun when people, come to me with stories about how they could do certain things that, like, "Oh, this week, my child just was able to sort his Halloween candy," and the mother was crying.
Wow.
Kid was 11, never been able
Wow.
to sort his Halloween candy before, and he just sat down and did it after a couple months of vision therapy. I was like,
Yes.
"Yes, yay, yay, yay." Happy
So
dance.
fun.
So, I mean, that kind of thing. And then also in the therapy room when we were working with the vectograms, um, when they see the vecto float out in front of them for the first time,
Hmm.
it's this look of pure joy, kind of
Yeah,
like the looks. I don't know if you've seen those videos where kids get glasses for the first time, or
I
get,
have.
like, babies get
Yeah.
hearing aids for the first time, and they're like happy, 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 and it's like, yes,
Yeah, that's the
got
greatest.
it. Yeah, that's
Right.
really fun. And then and it goes for the adults too. I
Mhm.
have adults who have not been able to do things, and the adults, I've noticed, need a little bit more encouragement than the kids do usually, because um, they know what they've lost.
Mm.
You know, they remember, and so um, when they see something or they do something, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, wait a minute, you couldn't do that last week. Do you remember that? You couldn't do that last week. It made you so nauseous, so you had to look away. But
Mhm.
today you did it. And they're like, "Oh, yeah. Huh. Thank you." Like, "You're welcome."
Well, not all adults have seen it before, though, because
True,
there's
true.
people like me that didn't
Yeah.
have 3D ever and then was
Mhm,
able to gain it.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking my post-stroke, post-head trauma stuff.
Right,
You know,
the
I
injury
I see most of
patients.
that, yeah. Now,
Mhm.
we did have, it's funny, in a couple of the podcasts I listened to, they were talking you and the guest were talking about how personality doesn't really change with vision therapy. It kind of does, actually.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen it
think
happen
yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit.
that
People
that's
become
true.
more open
Mhm.
and more relaxed with
Right.
stuff. Now, it's possible that it's just a personality thing that they've um, were a little bit inhibited by what. But I had one patient in particular I'm thinking about. Was 30 years old, um, esotrope strabismic, and we worked with him, we worked with him, we worked with him, and we're all happy people. We're all joking around and stuff. And he was like, "Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next?" When he first started, right?
Uh,
It's like, "Oh, what's this gonna do for me? What's this gonna do?" Real skeptical and kind of closed off, right?
Yeah.
And by the end of his vision therapy, he was laughing and joking and being all happy and stuff. And he was a lot more relaxed. You could
Right.
tell in his posture, his
Mhm.
his back. He would hold himself erect, and then he'd be like, you know,
Yeah.
just a lot more relaxed in body as well as and in personality too, because he would make jokes with us too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think, and I don't know which episode you were listening to, but I think that there's going to be lots of different opinions on how people respond, and some of it's
hmm,
what is the person's expectation, what is the office staff's expectation,
yes,
the doctor's expectation, and we get what we expect a lot of times, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
There's that too.
and sometimes we're surprised, right? And so I
Hmm,
think the positive influence in the office is going to really
hmm,
be something people want to take into account when they're choosing their doctor and their
yeah,
therapist, right?
yeah.
And uh, attitude is everything, you know.
It is. It is. There's only one, well, two, but one patient in particular that I never ever wanted to to work with again. She was doing one vision therapy visit to see if her insurance would pay for it.
Oh,
And everything I did, okay, we're going to do this. Oh, I can't wear the patch. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do this. And I was accommodating, because that's what we're taught.
yeah.
And especially this office, Dr. Beth's office, is to, okay, if they can't hold it, you hold it for them. If they can't look up, then we'll figure something else out.
Mhm.
Different things. So I was accommodating, and I got her to do a few things, but her attitude was just weighing me down.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is one I really can't work with. Somebody else has to do that. Because I mean,
Yeah.
some people, you can let their attitude just wash off your back like water off a duck's back, right?
Mhm.
Other people, it's like, oh. So, and I don't know why her and I just kind of did that way. I don't know how she felt about me, because I never saw her again. So, um, yeah.
She
And
didn't
then
come
if
back then.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, no, she definitely wasn't in the right headspace for vision therapy. You have to be a little bit open
Mhm.
to it working.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, and I understand that you have Syntonics in your office too. Is that right?
hmm yep, we do. We do. Usually have about three or four people at a time doing it. They come in whenever they need to, whatever their schedule allows. There's no real appointments or anything. Our front office staff, of course, make sure that nobody else is coming in for Syntonics at that time, so nobody has to wait. But yeah, well, Syntonics is interesting because it's boring to look at a light
Yeah.
with no other stimulation. You
Mhm.
can't even sing to yourself
Oh.
in the room. You can't even do that. Nope. You just sit there and look. I sat there and looked for little patterns in the whorls of the lens that I was looking at. I was
Mhm.
like, this is boring, boring, boring. But it works. It works. We've seen someone who was post car accident, I think it was,
Mhm.
had a huge angle. His eye was really far out. I forget which eye it was. I think out and up. So it was a hyper, where the eye goes up,
Uh-huh.
and a exo, where the eye
Yeah.
goes out, and it was a pretty big angle, like 30 something,
Wow.
and it was reduced to like 15 at the end of his syntonics, just with that. No vision therapy, no nothing else, just the syntonics.
Wow.
And so, yeah, yeah, it was pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So, do you have some advice for parents of children with vision issues since you were one of those
Oh,
children?
yeah, yeah. Well, kind of. Just give them encouragement. I know you're not going to yell at your kid for, but just get them see if they can do the vision therapy. The more homework you guys do with your kids, the better off they are, because that's really what makes it go faster.
Mhm.
And I know vision therapy is expensive, but and if you have to choose your battles, you choose your battles.
Yeah.
We understand that life happens, and sometimes kids need a break from vision therapy to go concentrate on other things. That's fine. Bring them back, and we'll keep going. And also, sometimes maturity is a factor as
Yeah.
well. We work with all ages. We can work with all ages, but
Yeah.
sometimes when they're getting into the really harder stuff, like the vectos and the little nitty gritty things, um, that really need concentration, um, then sometimes it's better to take a break and wait for 6 months or so until they get a little bit more mature and a little bit more longer attention span, and then they can come back and do a lot better.
Nice.
You just never know. I mean, they know their kids better than we do, obviously. So
Yeah.
they know what, and a good vision therapist and a good doctor should know and respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What's the youngest patient that you've seen in your office?
ooh, let's see. Well, Dr. Beth routinely sees babies at 6 months. but those are not vision therapy patients.
Right.
But she can get readings and stuff and see where they're supposed to be, from a developmental standpoint,
Sure.
and all that. So the youngest I've worked with is just barely turned 3
Okay.
or 3.5. Yeah, we
Mm.
did a lot of floor games,
Nice.
balance stuff, and whole body stuff
Right.
with them. Um, and then we've had people as old as 93.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So it's
And all ages
never
in between.
it's
So,
never too late is the message of that, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. And never too early, really.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Beth, with the younger ones, Dr. Beth doesn't always have them come into the office. What she does is she has the parents come in and she teaches them how to do the activities, the games with their kid, and then sends the parents home with that. And then it's like a once a month or every couple of weeks thing. They come in and get more stuff or different
Right.
stuff to do.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and sometimes with the patch, if the child will actually wear the patch, sometimes they won't.
Hmm.
Especially with the kids with autism, they will not wear the patch, or they don't want anything scratchy or anything. Yeah.
So
This,
there's some
yeah.
patching going on, or it's part of the vision therapy activity.
Usually
Okay.
it's a big part of the vision therapy, for the first 2 months or so, the first unit, as we call it. We,
Okay.
we start with a unit of 8 visits. So that's once weekly for 2 months, and then you get reevaluated um, by the doctor again.
Hmm.
And most of the time during that first 8 weeks is a lot of patched activities, because we want to make sure that your thinking with this eye matches your thinking with this eye.
Okay.
So um, just to make sure that both eyes have the same amount of skills, the same ability to do everything.
Hmm.
And it doesn't, if we can get it to where it doesn't matter which eye is seeing and doing something, then we're good to start using them together.
Okay.
So we don't want to just jump into vectos, because that might be a little bit challenging for someone who isn't used to looking with one of their eyes. So if they suppress this one, and this one's fine. This one's, I don't like this at all. Ugh, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can see it. You can see it. You do one with we don't like to say good and bad eyes.
Okay.
I say happy eye and not so happy eye. This one's happy to work. Yay! I like doing this. This is fine. This is good.
Yeah.
This feels normal. And then the not so happy eyes, I go, oh, I don't like this at all. But I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it slower, and I'll move my head around, because it's weird looking with just this eye, and it might be tiring too.
Sure.
It might give them a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll
And
see.
is that a tactic you use more with the children as far as the happy and sad,
A
or
lot of time. A lot of
yeah.
times, yeah. Most of the time it's the kids, but the adults get a kick out of it too. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if you have a happy eye and a not so happy eye.
Yeah.
A lot of people use teaching eye versus learning eye.
Oh,
So you teach with the happy eye, and you learn with the not so happy eye.
yeah.
So
So you don't even use the weaker and
no,
stronger eye thing.
no.
Oh,
They do. The patients do,
okay.
because that's how they think about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like, because happy and sad, or happy and not so happy, you can change, because emotions are easily changed. You
Mhm.
flip back and forth between stuff all the time,
Right.
reacting to things. Let's see, the good eye and the bad eye. The bad eye says,
Yeah,
you might
that's
not be able to rehabilitate that very, very soon, but a not so happy eye can become happy very quickly.
okay.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of
So
a mental
it
language
is.
exercise.
Well, and I think that's important because we tell ourselves stories about our eyes all the time, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
can make a new story up about what our eyes are doing, then that's going to
Yeah.
facilitate improvement.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, I love anthropomorphizing everything. Um, it's like your brain does not trust this eyeball. That's why when you look through this eyeball, it's weird, because the brain doesn't really trust what's happening with this eye because it doesn't usually give your brain good information. And
Mm-hmm.
so we got to teach the brain that it's okay. This eye can actually see that. It's actually giving you good information and you can trust it. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
So yeah,
I
I
like
give that lecture a lot.
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to be very, very positive in the office and try to at least end things on a high note, even if we didn't have much success with the activities in the actual training. I'm
Right.
like, well, we can um, keep on doing the homework and we can keep on doing, and we'll see what happens next week. And I'm sure it'll probably be a lot better next week because you're going to do your homework, right? Hmm. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
I
yeah.
like that. So do you
Yeah.
feel like your vision is continuing to improve because you're still uh, engaged all of the time in this activity?
Mm, I've I'm not sure because yeah, well, I do think about vision therapy a lot because I'm still working as a vision therapist, and it's a big part of my life, as you can tell.
Right.
Um, I don't actually do the activities because
Okay.
it's work.
It is
It's
work.
hard, you
Yeah.
know. Every once in a while, I'll pick up like the eccentric circles or the lifesavers, and I'll see if I can still do it without using my toe as a reference, you
Uh-huh.
know. Um, and sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I don't usually do vision therapy exercises with my driving glasses on because that's cheating
Mhm.
for me.
Oh, because of the
Yeah,
prism. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So every once in a while, I put the driving glasses on and do something that's starts far and goes farther,
Yeah.
like base in at distance,
Uh-huh.
and and I was like, okay, yeah, it's better with the glasses, but it's still freaking hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
But even though those things are hard for me, I still try to make myself get rid of the double vision whenever I can. If I'm looking far away, I'm like, hmm, well, glasses means it's blurry right now. But if I look around, yeah, I can still see, 15 feet or so without double vision most of the time. So I'd say 80% without double vision.
Okay. Which
So
is way better
yeah,
than it was before, huh?
yes,
Was it
yes.
100% of the
Before
time?
it would, if I was looking at distance, yes. So it would be maybe 5 feet away. Um, I could fuse things, and then otherwise, no. Mm-mm. And it didn't matter whether I had contact lenses in or glasses with prism, and it would
Hmm.
still be the same. Back in high school and college.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not fun. I did ride the bus a lot. It was I was motivated to try to do something, anything to get rid of the double vision so I could drive. It
Yeah.
was a big deal.
Yeah.
Big, big deal. Hmm.
Nice. So it
So,
sounds like that gave you the stability in your vision that has been
yeah.
pretty constant
Yeah,
since
because
then.
once you start being able to fuse
Mhm.
and see things 3D, because I don't know if don't happen with a lot of people, right, at the same
Right.
time. But with me, the fusion, the more I fused, the more I was able to fuse. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was it was good. Once I was able to fuse for most of the time looking far away, then I was able to fuse more at the nearer distances as well, and that's kept going for a long time.
Nice.
So
Excellent.
yeah,
Well, it's been
it's a
great
very
to
good
hear
thing.
your story today and to kind of get some insight into how the office works where you are and um,
Hmm.
have to probably bring in the doctors next and get a little more insight
Yeah,
into their
yeah,
specialties too. That'll be fun.
that will be very cool. Yeah. Mm.
Great. Do you have any final words
Thank
of
you.
wisdom you want to share with us today?
Hmm. Well, for patience, bring out your inner stubborn. make your stubbornness work for you. I will get this done. I will be able to do this. I will practice every day. I will.
Right.
Nobody can say I can't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So
The
for
determination
parents,
factor.
continue to lift up your kids and support them and be kind, even when you don't want to be, even when they're being stubborn and saying, I won't do this. Because I know how kids are.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Just patience is a big deal. You will learn a lot of patience when you're in vision therapy, and when you have a kid in vision therapy, you learn patience.
True.
So, yeah. But it's worth it. Super worth it.
It is worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Healing Our Sight podcast. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this episode, please share it. And please join our Facebook community at Healing Our Sight to leave suggestions or comments. Have a great day.